Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're with us this morning. We appreciate your loyal viewership. Let's take a look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard, hard-working crew, taking care of our everyday comfort needs. It's only going to get up to 87 today and low 79. Not much of a window as far as changing temperatures and all. Our water temperature on the end of the pier, though, brought to us by Allco Electric out of Lynn Haven, it's 83.1. Pretty steady there. They're catching some fish off of it, especially early in the mornings. River readings by the Panama City, good folks down there, the Panama City Coca-Cola Company. We're looking at the Apalachicola Bluffstown pretty steady at a 4.5, but the Choctaw Caravel is going up. Right now this morning it's reading a 2.5, but it's going up. And I know you've seen the rain, that heavy rain we've had the last couple of days. It's just really been a soaker. And those are really good at times. I was thinking it just sort of cleans everything. It cleans the leaves off and the roadways off, and it was heavy and all. It's really good for everything. I just enjoy it. The only bad thing, I just don't like to drive through it. You got to be real careful, and because the water really builds up really fast in some of our roadways. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. High tide this morning at 4:43 and low tonight at this afternoon at 4:03, be a low tide this afternoon. Marine forecast by Maranto, brought to us by Maranto Company, and that's Ariel Payne. We're going to get her back on and talk about all the things she does. It's amazing what the things she does. I didn't even know all the things they do. But look, we're looking at a south-southeast at 10 to 20. It's changed directions. The last 4 days, it's come from different directions, even though it hasn't been really strong as far as making a big shift around, but it's just been steady coming out of the east with that low pressure area. I'm an amateur meteorologist, and I like to study these kind of things. I want to say a special good morning to Malcolm and Vicki Hawkins down in Port St. Joe. Vicki works there at Walter Green there in St. Joe, and Walter Green is a clothing store next to the Piggly Wiggly, which is next to Blue Water. That's all George Duran's little area. Now George his daddy started Piggly Wiggly, and then George started the actual Blue Water, and then his daughter Anna started Walter Green, the clothing store. Now Miss Vicki is the friendliest lady you'll ever be around. Every time I go in there, but they watch the show. They're what we call. We've got a couple of categories. We have viewers, and then we have loyal viewers, and they're loyal viewers, and I appreciate them. And Wendy was in there the other day, and grandgirls, they buy stuff out of there. I'll go in there and just, I'm amazed at a lot of cool stuff. So here's the ideal setup, okay? You guys, us guys, we'll go to Blue Water. We'll let our wives and daughters go to Walter Green. And I don't know how you're going to disperse the money, but it's going to be pretty even. The name Walter Green is, you wonder where she got the name from. George Duran's dad was named Walter. Anna's favorite color is green, so she put it together, Walter Green. Is it amazing what you learn on Panhandle Outdoors? Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Our goal here in Panhandle Outdoors, going way back to when we started, Captain Roy and I talked about it, said the two things we need to do is inform and entertain. And that's sort of, we try to do that. If some of y'all get entertained just looking at me every morning and just shaking their head, I know that. But informing is letting you know what's going on, but even, just not just as an entertainment part, but just as information to sort of on a safety point. And I just ran across this yesterday. Check this out. We didn't know this. Flesh-eating bacteria, the Vibrio, that's the flesh-eating bacteria, killed one person in Bay County. This comes from the Florida network of USA Today, and 11 people in Florida have died. They were in Bay County, the counties, okay? It's a naturally occurring bacteria. Remember we had a guy on two folks on last year, and he lost his leg to it over in Choctaw Bay, and it's just a rapid flesh deterioration. Last year there were record 82 cases and 19 deaths last year. But a lot of that was when the hurricanes hit down there in Central Florida, in Milton and Helene, and it's in brackish salt water, so always remember that. And there's 100 deaths every year nationwide. But here are the counties. Bay County 1, Broward County 1, Hillsborough, and St. John's. I got to looking at this and stop and think about it. This spreads out across the state of Florida. Here with the Panhandle is Bay County. Of course, you know where Broward County is in southeast Florida. You know where Hillsborough is in southwest Florida, and St. John's is in up around Jacksonville, northeast Florida. It's amazing how those four have been at all 4 different locations in the state. I thought that was very ironic for that to have happened. But I just wanted to let y'all know about that, and we just need to be aware of those kind of things, and especially if you got any kind of scratches or anything on you that may be exposed. Just don't get in brackish salt water. I live up on the bay, and we used to splash around in it. And I used to wade fish. I'm gonna try to get back to wade fishing, but I'm gonna wear long stuff and all, nothing exposed. So y'all just keep that in mind, the safety. Okay, I'm gonna repeat this from yesterday. It fascinates me. Okay, we talked about this yesterday. Nick's Kids Catfish Tournament next Saturday, the 26th. I just can't get over the grand prize. We've never seen this. A new boat by Tracker Marine. Okay, doesn't say anything about a trailer or motor, but it's a new boat. But I mean, doggone it, that's fine. But we need to find out. It's a catfish tournament now. We need some of you folks over there in a western end or viewing area. Let me know if it's going to be a blue catfish or channel cat, or what kind of catfish is it, or does it have to be one special kind? Anyway, that's it. Fascinates me. All right. Speaking of fascinating, Candace Strength, one of our loyal viewers. Hey, Coach, I had to share this photo. This was in the chicken pen yesterday. Y'all be safe. Blow this up. Look at that snake. Look at his mouth. He's got an egg. Isn't it amazing how they can swallow that? They just crush it. And I know a lot of folks raising chickens now, so you be careful because they will certainly get in there. I remember Granddaddy always had a problem with those things. All he did was he just killed them. He didn't try to relocate them. Okay, Chuck, this was last week. That 2 words, hot but productive. They're in the holes. You can catch them fish, but they're in the holes. Okay. This is for deer season, but I want to go ahead and run it because I thought the picture was so good. The dog, the lab running up there telling the deer he's headed to the tree stand at 4 p.m. So they're going to pass the word through the woods. Deer's going to go back and tell mom and daddy. This is, I almost didn't put it in because this is ugly as far as what people do. This is down in Rich's IGA, down in Weewall. To whoever stole the flea cat collar, no need to steal, just ask me to pay for it and pay me back another day. Okay, so here's what happened, and shoplifting is just a problem, always has been. But these people cut, or they tore the package and got the collar out of it, and stole that. And folks, I don't know. Okay, I just don't know what to say about that. But just be aware people do those kind of ugly things, and we try to do something good for someone. If you see somebody doing that, tell them, wait a minute, I'll pay for that. You don't have to steal it. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Now, you remember Alan Shepard has been on the show. He's one that's a good friend of mine that spent a lifetime in outdoors, but over the last years and a good while now, he's really concentrated on catching catfish. And he's won a lot of tournaments, and he can flat sure, he's a great outdoorsman. He can flat sure catch some catfish. Well, the other day, he was at a tournament that's Southern Cats. Remember, cats spelled K-A-T-S, and we've had them on before, and he hooked up into a big one. I'm going to see if I can on play right here for you. Let me see. Let me go back here at the beginning. All right, here we go right here. All right, so this catfish is a huge, 68 pounds. He's releasing it now. Look at Alan. I just absolutely love this. I wish our dads could see this. And ain't this cool? You're trying to resuscitate him. And do it the same way. He appreciates it. He has the appreciation as an outdoorsman of that catfish, which we all outdoorsmen has that kind of stuff. So he got them going, and he got them in right there at the landing. I'm not sure where it's at. I think it might be Bluntstown, but I'm not sure. Sneed's. And he's, see, they keep them in holding tanks after they weigh them and everything. It keeps them alive on the boat. They keep them back and forth with them, just like you do a bass. You just go, and a redfish or whatever fish you want to save. There he goes. He's headed back out to the big river, and that's just flat out cool. Well, I sent him a congratulations, and what happened? Here it is right here. I got a picture right here. We'll take him out of the tank, and then I'm weighing him up there. And see, he's holding them up like that, but he don't hold them real quick. But then, then he posted. Check this out. That the fish he caught. Let me go back to the picture. Come to find out, that fish. He checked. Okay, check it out right here. That fish is right here. 1.9 pound off the Florida state record. It's a 68 pound blue cat, and he got recognized. But look at that big old catfish. And that would win. If a kid catches that on Nick's catfish tournament next week, that would win it. Y'all might want to call that and take off fishing. That'd be worth it. All right, let me get back to the picture. But I just, just trying to save the catfish and everything. It's just cool stuff. I got a lot of stuff, a lot more stuff to show you. So let me get on into this one. Let me see. Where we want to start? Let's get we'll start with a funny one. I've got so many on here. I'm on the couch hiding from exercise. If anyone asks, I'm in the fitness protection program. Okay. All right. Speaking of outdoor activities, and this is a 20-year-old man dies after being ejected from an ATV, and this is over here in Leon County in Tallahassee. I read the details on it. And basically, the 20-year-old guy was found dead by his mother and stepfather. They went looking for him after an ATV crash, but they're not sure what happened, but the mother and stepfather found his body after 8 a.m. Sunday. So what happened Saturday late, he didn't come home Saturday night, I don't think. And he was right there at Tallahassee St. Mark's Historic Railroad State Trail. And he actually went off the trail into a ditch tree line, then hit a tree and flipped over. So this is, this can happen. And really, when you're doing outdoor stuff, try to do as much as you can with other people. They could have saved them and all, but I just, be careful with them. It just happens more times than we all. Billy Grantham, been thinking of getting into the outboard motor business. How's my work? Okay, Billy. I'd say you still. I wouldn't quit the day job right there. That's funny. I want to read this. If I was a teacher right now, I'd read this to them. I'm going over this with each one of my grandkids individually. My dad once told me, okay, by age 35, number one, health is wealth. Okay, don't wait for illness. Number two, not everyone applauding you is truly on your side. Everybody's not going to agree with you. Time with money is worth more than money. Number four, sometimes silence is stronger than shouting. Number five, true friends are few, keep them close. Number six, peace of mind is a real success. Number seven, strong one here, your habits shape your future more than luck. And number eight, don't chase status, chase skills and discipline. Number nine, no one's coming to save you, take full responsibility. And number 10, the older you get, the more you'll value simplicity. Isn't that a great way to share something great to share with some young people? Okay, Phil Chester, we've had some beautiful sunsets lately with these storms coming through. And Phil posted this the other day. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful sunsets. And here's here's an optimist and pessimist. There are two types of people. You could have said two types of fishermen. One of them will say, we haven't got to bite all day. And then the other one will say, in a second now, in a second. Now, I've been with both of them, and y'all have too. And you always got to think positive that next cast, or just in a few minutes, I know one of them's going to bite. I always feel like, if I'm not going to catch them here, I'm going over there and catch them. So that's a good way to look at it. I used to hunt here. I've reached the age where I drive around and say, Dang, I remember when this was all woods. We've all talked about that. No matter really, even in the mid-aged people are saying that, middle-aged people are saying that, especially in developing areas like Panama City and Destin. Wow. Carol Cox, she and her husband have been on the show several years back with Mexico Beach Recreational, MBARA. They were swimming, they dive all the time. Look at this. They said this was a 4-foot cobia. Is that not amazing? And hanging around that wreck, or not necessarily the wreck, the artificial reef right there, a 4-foot cobia. That is huge. It was good to get pictures like that from the divers. And talking about pictures, we get on a regular basis now. Summertime, they're really moving around, and you see pine straw. That's in the yard right there. That's scary. And okay, we got that one. So okay, we had a good time to break. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers out of Port St. Joe. We're looking at this morning 5:03 to 7:03, and this evening 5:27 to 7:27. And you know, we've had rain and wind coming through, and it's just some strong. When you get that pressure system like we have, things really change around a lot. And we always try to keep up with news here in the Florida Panhandle as much as possible. And you know, the Leukemia Foundation has that big tournament at Sea Quarters, and you know how we feel about that, how we supported it. Well, one of the things, they give away that big old smoker. Well, listen, the family that won it, check this out. They want to donate it back, okay? Mr. and Miss Bostic donated this smoker back and asked that we auction it off. And that money's going to go again to the Leukemia Research Foundation on behalf of the families down there. So here it is. It's Mr. Hayes. We're going to get up there and see him pretty soon. But here it is right here. I showed it to you during the tournament. What a great smoker, because it's got wheels, and it's ideal for backyard. It's a backyard smoker. It's not too big. It's big enough to cook for a huge crowd, or just cook for yourself. So check with Sea Quarters and see how to bid on it. I may call them up and next day or two and find out about bidding on this. This is something, doing something good. How about that? Thank you, Mr. and Miss Bostic. Okay. Hey, remember, son, if you do nothing all day, you're called a bum. Do it in the woods by a fire, it's called camping. There's a lot of truth in that. It's that old vintage camper in the background. That's how old campers used to look. Now they started making the same vintage camper in a lot more modern one. Okay, free marriage trip. Don't ask your wife when dinner will be ready while she's mowing the lawn. I wouldn't do something like that. Okay, we'll always keep you. I got to find out about Buckmasters in August, but I did run across, I was looking for it, then I ran across ducks. So the Ducks Unlimited are having Duck Expo, and doggone, I would like to go to that. It's in Memphis. That's about an 8-hour drive from here. But I'm not saying I'm not going, but I would like to go to it. It'd be really cool. Okay, speaking of Sea Quarters, talking about doing some fun stuff. This is coming up this Saturday. They've been doing this 21 years. It's free, youth to 16 years old, from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock, river and bay fishing. Look at all the categories. And you get trophies for the first 3 places in each category. I mean, speckled trout, catfish, sea bass, croaker, flounder, pinfish, Spanish mackerel, and ladyfish. Plus, the first 125 kids get a rod and reel and a free t-shirt. Is that not cool? All kids must attend a fishing clinic with parent or guardian Friday at 6 p.m. And how about a free hot dog on Saturday for the kids? You can't beat that. All right. So that's cool. So we appreciate them doing that. Good stuff right there. We mentioned this a little while back, and I had a friend that lost a dog to the sago palms, and you know, you see them all over the place. In fact, recently I had 3 pretty ones, but I took them out of my yard, which is unusual for me to take something out of my yard. But and because Ashley, my granddaughter, has a little dog, and I just didn't want that dog to go there chewing on it. But the whole thing, the whole thing is poisonous. The roots are, the whole parts of it are. So that's something just having to consider. And because then I looked at other house plants that are toxic, and heck, looks like all of them. Just, hydrangea. I mean, these are some pretty stuff. So you gotta, anyway, let's be aware of that. If the dog goes out, chews on everything, let's be aware of that. And coming up, Bay County Longbeards. This is about 1 month away now. Friday, August 15th. Ken Parable and Stan are coming in next week. I'm gonna let them talk about this. Just want to let you put it on your calendar if you're interested in it. They do it every year there, and it's really a cool get-together with a bunch of outdoorsmen that love doing stuff in the outdoors. So Ken Parable, there's a number there, or you can register online. All kind of cool stuff. Listen, coming up, I'm glad I'm getting this in. I'm having time. This is coming up Saturday also. The annual meeting is the Coastal Community Association of Gulf County, not to be confused with the CCA, Coastal Conservation Association of Florida. This is the local folks. It's going to be Saturday morning at the Centennial Building from basically 9 to 12. But look at all the different folks who are going to be represented. I'm not going to read all of them, but the Estuary Program, the Turtle Center, the Buffer Preserve, Turtle Audubon, all kind of people are going to be there. Then they have the meeting, and then the speakers, Representative Jason Schoaf, and Sheriff Mike Harrison, Mayor Rex Buzzett. I know all Mitch Burke, property appraiser. I know all these folks. So this is, I'm certainly going to try to go to that. That's just for information also. Anyway, anytime you get something like that with a group of citizens that are really concerned about the outdoors and environment, and they're trying to do some positive things, all those associations, they're aware of the importance of our coastal area, and they're trying to tap on the brakes, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to do all I can to support them. I would love to see some of y'all there. That's good stuff there. Amazing. Some other counties probably wish they would have done that. Now wrap it up for today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Do something good for someone else today. Have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors, and let's take care of it. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.